welcome to this Kit tutorial where I walk you through a smart way to automatically remove inactive subscribers, or what Kit calls cold subscribers. If you've been frustrated by the lack of true automation in Kit's built-in features, I've got a better, fully automated method for you. So let's dive in. So this page is from the Kit help website, and they define cold subscribers as follows. So according to Kit, that means anyone who hasn't opened or clicked an email in the last 90 days, if they've been active on your list for more than 90 days. For newer subscribers, so fewer than 90 days, it's anyone who hasn't opened or clicked an email in the last 30 days. And good to know, these rules cannot be changed, so they cannot be modified at this time. So these 30 or 90 days. So to find these subscribers inside your Kit account, you're going to click on Grow. You're going to go to Subscribers. Then if you scroll down, you can create a segment. And then you're going to click on Add a Filter. And then we're going to click here on All Subscribers. And then here we see Cold Subscribers. Then click on Add Filter. Then give it a name. For example, Cold Subscribers. And then click on Save. And now you'll see that segment under the segment's name over here, cold subscribers. So as of now, there are no subscribers in this segment. So now you might be thinking, so let's say this is a big list of cold subscribers. So let's say we have 100 people in this list or more, whatever the number is. Now you might be thinking, can I just bulk unsubscribe these people? So can I select every subscriber in the list, click on bulk actions and unsubscribe those people? So unfortunately, that doesn't work. So Kit doesn't let you unsubscribe multiple people at once. You can unsubscribe them manually one by one, but that's obviously not the way to do it. You can use the bulk action delete, but that deletes their entire history, which we don't want. And Kit confirms this on their website, so the bulk unsubscribe isn't available at the moment. I'm not sure why that is, but it's not available. So on this page on Kit's website, they offer two solutions on how to clean your list. So the first one is the automatic list cleaning template, but it only targets new subscribers, which isn't really helpful. So this is the second option, which is a manual method using the Visual Automation Builder, and you can import this template, but it requires you to keep manually tagging people over time, which is a bit of a pain. So I found a better, fully automated way. No manual work once it's set up. So we will build two visual automations. So this is the first automation. So it's called Days Inactive Part 1, only for new subscribers. This is the second one, Days Inactive Part 2. And this is a loop. So once subscribers go through this automation, they will constantly stay in this automation. They will constantly be looped in this automation. So automation 1 will trigger when someone joins your list. So in this case, I've set it up through any form. So if they subscribe through any form, this automation will be triggered. But you can also add multiple triggers here. So for example, product purchase or whatever you want to do here. So the only job of this automation is to set a custom field value to 1. So here we created an action, starts days inactivity, and we set it to 1. So I will explain how to do this in a bit, and it will all make sense at the end. So don't worry about any confusion right now. So this is the second automation. So as I mentioned previously, this one is a loop. So it starts when the custom field changes. So if we go back to the part 1, so that is this custom field. So set start days inactivity to 1. So if that custom field changes, this automation will start. So part 2. So then it waits for 30 days or however long you define inactive. So after those 30 days, it checks if the subscriber opened or clicked an email. So we added a condition. If the subscriber has opened any email, includes confirmation emails in the past 30 days. If yes, so if they did open an email or clicked a link in an email, we want to restart this automation. We want them to start again at the top here, wait for 30 days, and then let's check again if they opened any email in those past 30 days or clicked a link in one of those emails. So how do we loop these subscribers? So this is done by toggling the custom field between 1 and 0. So we add a condition here again, and we're gonna check whether the starts days inactivity custom field matches with the number 1. Then we set it to 0. So if the custom field has the value 1, we set it to 0. And that means they will restart this automation because the custom field start days inactivity changes. So they start here at the top again. If it doesn't matches with 1, that means it is 0. So they will go through this path, which means the custom field will be set to 1 in that case. So if the custom field start days inactivity doesn't matches with 1, that means it is 0. And then it means it goes through this path and we will set the custom field to 1. That means they will restart this automation because the custom field start days inactivity changes again, and they will be brought back to this first step. They wait for 30 days. Then we check again, did they open an email or clicked a link in an email? If yes, they will go through these steps again and they will be looped back to this first step. So that's the yes part. But if they didn't open an email or click the link in one of those emails, we set another custom field. So let's call it days inactive, and we set the value to 30. So this will tell us they've gone through the loop of this automation and didn't engage with any emails for the past 30 days. At this point, you can use the action unsubscribe to unsubscribe that particular subscriber from your list. And that's it basically. So now you've got a fully automated system to clean your list without deleting anyone's data. And you can of course customize the time frame. So for example, instead of waiting for 30 days, you can also wait for 60 days, 90 days or 120 days, whatever number you prefer, depending on how often you send emails. But how do we start this automation for people already on our list? So let's say this subscriber was already on our list before we created that automation, that inactivity automation. So as you can see, so the custom field start days inactivity, which is the custom field we use to trigger the loop for this automation, to trigger part 2 of the days inactive automation, to constantly loop them in this particular automation. So the custom field has to be either 1 or 0, or in other words, it has to change for this automation to kick in. So as you can see, for example, this particular subscriber, if we click on automation, you can see that they are active in the days inactive part 2. So again, how do we start this automation for people already on our list? So what we need to do is trigger a change in the custom field start days inactivity. Either set it to 1 or 0. So the change will kick off the automation. So if we go to grow and then subscribers, so unfortunately Kit doesn't let us change the custom field in bulk. There is no option to bulk edit all the subscribers on a custom field. But what you can do is bulk add a tag to everyone. So that's a workaround we'll use. So first we have to create a new tag. So we're going to go to grow and then subscribers, and then we're going to scroll down here a little bit, and here we see tags, and we're going to click on create a tag, and we're going to name it something like this, temporary tag, because it's only needed once and we will delete it afterward. So I'm going to click on save. Next we're going to go to automate, and we're going to click on visual automation. We're going to click on new automation, start from scratch, start building, and then we set the trigger to tag is added, and we select the tag we just created, so the temporary tag. Then we're going to click on add event, and next we're going to click the plus icon here, and we're going to set a custom field, and we're going to select start days inactivity. So that's the trigger for the automation, the inactivity automation, and we're going to set the value to 1. It can also be 0, it doesn't matter, it just has to change. Because again, if I show you the automation, so part 2, this automation starts when start days inactivity changes. So it can either be 1 or 0. So if we go back to the temporary tag automation, I'm going to click on add the action. I'm going to change it to 1. I'm going to name this automation temporary automation, because we can delete this afterward too. And then we have to activate the automation, and I'm going to click on activate. Now we're going to go back to our list, so subscribers, and we have to find those subscribers that don't have a value for this custom field, because that's the subscribers that we want to target for this particular automation. So in my case, there's only 1 subscriber, or let's say we have hundreds of subscribers here. I'm going to create a new segment. I'm going to call this segment the temporary segment. I'm going to click on add a filter. I'm going to click on all subscribers. I'm going to scroll down, select the custom field. I'm going to select the custom field start days inactivity. I'm going to say is exactly 1. I'm going to click on add filter. And then by the way, over here we have to make sure it says matching none of the following. So we don't want any subscribers in this segment that has the custom field 1, or I'm gonna click on add filter. I'm gonna do it again, scroll down, custom field, start days inactivity is exactly 0. I'm gonna add the filter. So now we're skipping the ones that have the custom field start days inactivity 1 or 0. There's only one subscriber in this segment. That should be good. I'm gonna click on save. Now we double check what subscriber it is. So it's the Rob1. I'm gonna click on it just to check it is good. It has no value for the start days inactivity, so that's correct. So we're gonna go back to the segment over here. And before we add this tag, we have to make sure, obviously, that the automation, so the days inactivity automation, is active, of course. So we're gonna activate this automation. Now we can bulk select all the subscribers in this list. I'm gonna click on bulk actions. I'm gonna say add a tag, and then I'm gonna select the tag we just created. So the temporary tag. I'm gonna click on save. So we're gonna go back to subscribers. We're gonna go back to that segment, the temporary segment. I'm gonna select all the subscribers in this segment. I'm gonna click on bulk actions. I'm gonna add a tag, and I'm gonna add the tag we just created. So the temporary tag. So before I'm gonna click on save, I'm gonna explain something to you. So this is the subscriber that is now in that temporary segment, as you can see. And this subscriber will be added to this automation, right? So that's the goal. We want to add that subscriber to this particular loop. And we do that, again, I just showed you, we're gonna add a tag to all those subscribers right now. And because we're gonna add the tag, we have this automation active. And once the tag is active on this particular subscriber, the custom field value will change to 1. And because of it, they will be added to this automation. So I'm gonna add the tags to all those subscribers. I'm gonna click on save. Your tags are being applied. So if we refresh this page right now, and if we also go to the automations tab over here, this particular subscriber should be in this automation. So let's refresh the page. The tag is added, the temporary tag is added. If we click on automations, and now as you can see, this particular subscriber has completed the temporary automation. So that's this automation. And that means the custom field is set to 1. If we double check that, so start days inactivity is now 1. And they are now also active in the loop. So that is this automation. They're now active in here. So if we refresh this automation, and if we click on the currently tab over here, you can see now this particular subscriber is in this particular action. So they're waiting for 30 days, and then we're going to check if they opened an email or clicked a link in any of our emails. And that's it basically. So now your existing subscribers are included too in this loop.